Welcome to the Local Lens. I'm Greer Howard.
I'm Beth Keener.
And we have the pleasure of chatting with Simon Helberg today.
Please. There's no one here.
Honey, keep it down.
Yeah, nothing like 12,000 empty seats.
You look great.
Well, I feel great.
We just saw Florence Foster Jenkins last week.
Okay.
We loved it. I cried a lot, but I laughed.
Good.
And so we want to know, first and foremost, how you came to be a part of the cast.
I feel like I sort of won the lottery, I guess. I came about it because the casting director, by the name of Kathleen Chopin, she just told Stephen Frears that he had to hire me. I don't know if she was helping him hide a body and this was something that he owed her, but I met with him and that was kind of it. He just wanted to make sure that the person who he hired played the piano. And I do, but I did not do anything in this world.
Well,
so
let's talk about that
bluffed.
a little bit because
Yeah.
you play Meryl Streep's pianist in
Yeah.
the film, and you do have a piano background, but you hadn't played since you were like 16, and I don't know that you were playing classical music. So what was that learning curve like before you got ready for the film?
It was steep. I mean, I
To say the least,
yeah,
probably.
yeah. I played. Around 16 was when I sort of stopped trying to do that to be a piano player. And I mean, I was really good, but I played different kinds of music. So yeah, I didn't get into opera. I didn't think that would make me cool, any cooler than I was. That was already very high level of cool. So
Obviously.
yeah, I spent about 3 months just on a crash course of learning how to be a classical pianist. I played the music like as best I could because I knew we were going to kind of destroy it in the movie. But I learned it the best I could. I learned about technique as best I could in those three months. Took some lessons and watched how just these guys sat and their posture. And yeah, it was a
Let's
challenge.
talk about that because obviously everybody knows you as Howard, but this character, I mean, from the get-go was a completely different embodiment of, Cosme. So did you research him at all?
Oh yeah, for sure. I did as much research on him as I could. There wasn't really a ton of information about these people. They're very. It was a very kind of niche level of a niche demographic that knew of them and people were very obsessed with them. But there wasn't a ton of info, so I had to draw from what there was and then from the script that was brilliant. That Nick Martin wrote, and it was sort of liberating to get to only have a little bit of fact and then to create this guy from the script and from the music and from my imagination.
Let's talk a little bit about the performances, and your facial expressions were just
Honestly,
amazing. And watching the film, the audience just connects with you so much because, Meryl isn't seeing reality and, Hugh Grant's character's not really seeing reality and you're our ally.
I know,
So
I'm sorry.
What was going through your mind?
I feel like I luckily didn't realize the heavy burden that I kind of had. I mean, I knew that he was somewhat the eyes of the audience, but I didn't know how much they were gonna cut to my face to make people laugh. I mean, I know it's a silly face, but
it's a great face.
Well, but they used it so much. I think really what was happening was we were playing the music in the moment, live, shooting us, doing it, and that was taking up a lot of my focus, and I was trying to, it kind of forced us to live in it authentically. So
What happened when they called cut?
We just kept playing. We just kept playing. They eventually drugged me, and I woke up tied down to a gurney. But no, we laughed a lot for sure. But at the same time, I don't know. It was we were very serious about it, and we didn't take it too seriously, but we were very serious about getting it. We also had some time to laugh in the beginning, and by the time we were shooting, we had sort of gotten a lot of it out of our system. But man, she's funny.
And when you were able to finally see the film and see the final product, what were your thoughts? Came together.
I was absolutely, and still am, stunned in some way to see myself alongside these people and in this movie, and it's so beautiful, and it's in the 40s, and the clothes and the look of it, it's just, it feels nice on the eyes, and I was really proud. I am really proud of it. I think it's a breath of fresh air, this kind of story, and I haven't gotten to ever play a role like this, and I know some people didn't recognize me even throughout. So that's always a gift when you hear that kind of thing.
One last thing, can we get a solid facial expression, just a taste for the audience
solid
before
one?
next?
I'll sing for you. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
I mean, so much. Well, thank you, Simon.
Thank you,
You've been
guys.
a pleasure. And for those of you out there who are wanting to catch Florence Foster Jenkins in theaters, it's August 12th, where you can head out and watch this man do his thing. I am Beth Keener.
And I'm Greer Howard, and we'll see you next time.